In this section of the Windows 11 course, we will see how to install the applications. I have downloaded and kept some of the installer in the download folder. I'll be installing WinZip, Acrobat Reader, and the Visual Studio Code. Once you have downloaded, all these installer files will be under download. If you click on the download, if you go to the folder, then you'll be able to see all these executable files will be downloaded under the download folder. If you maximize, this is the folder where you will be able to see all your files which are getting downloaded. By default, all the files, whatever you are downloading from the internet, everything will be downloaded under this folder. Now, I will install the WinZip application. For installation, I need to just double click on this. I will double click on the application. I will simply click on S and I'll see what is the next prompt for the installation. I'll click on next, agree the license. So basically, installing the applications in Windows is very straightforward. It will be next, and the installation will complete. If at all there is any specific folder location you wanted to choose, then you can customize where exactly the installation files has to be copied. Now, I will copy all the files to the default program location. Once the installation is complete, we will be able to see where exactly this particular installation file has been copied. By default, all your installation files will be under C drive and it will be under programs. Now, the WinZip installation file has copied all its file under the WinZip folder. So once the installation is complete for the WinZip, we will be able to execute the application WinZip. We can either compress or decompress any of the files using WinZip, which is very easy to do any kind of attachment through the mails. I can see the WinZip has been installed successfully and still it is getting installed, and we can see some of the files it has already copied to the desktop. The installation has been completed. I will click on finish. Now this is the executable file for the WinZip. If I want to do any kind of zip or unzip, I can actually double click on the WinZip application. I will close this. I will compress or decompress the files. I will double click to execute the application. So we have the application. This is the trial version. One more thing you need to be very careful whenever you are installing the application is there are certain applications which includes malware and viruses. It is always recommended. It is always recommended to use antivirus software. Either it can be Mcafee or Trend. You need to have the antivirus software with the proper update for the antivirus software so that it will scan any of the executable files which you have downloaded. It will scan all the files which you have downloaded from the internet and it will warn you or it will block the installation. So it is always recommended to have antivirus software and you need to update your antivirus software. I will close this because I'll click on no. I'll close this. And if I go to the download folder again, if I want to install Acrobat Reader, I have to execute the file. This is the installer file. Once you execute the installer file, it will try to download the files from the internet. It will take some time to install the Acrobat Reader. I'll pause this video. Once the download is finished, I will continue with the session. I can see the download is complete. I will finish the installation and you should be able to access the Acrobat Reader. Now the Acrobat Reader is available. I'll be able to open any PDF files using this Acrobat Reader. To open the PDF file, I will set this Acrobat Reader as the default application. I will click on set as default. So all my PDF files will be opened with Acrobat Reader. We have seen how to install WinZip and Adobe Acrobat Reader. We will also see how to install the Visual Studio Code. This will be useful for the students who are learning the coding. They can use this IDE application which is called Visual Studio Code with multiple extensions which are available for Visual Studio Code. I will double click this installer file. I will accept the agreement, click on next. So this was the customization I was talking about. Some of the installer file will give you customization option so that you can choose a particular folder. I will select a folder. I will put all the Visual Studio files under VS Code directory. I will click on next. A directory will be created. So this will be under the VS Code. A new directory will be created under C VS Code. I will click on next. I will click on next. I will keep everything as default and I will install. There will be a folder which will be created under C VS Code. If I open the file explorer, then if I go to the my computer C drive, you can see there is a folder which is created VS Code. All the files for the Visual Studio Code will be copied here. So this is how we will be able to customize the application installation, and also we can choose the specific folder for each application. By default, all your programs will be installed under program files. So the installation is complete. I can launch the Visual Studio Code. And this is the Visual Studio Code user interface. You can actually add extensions for whichever language, Python, Java, or any other language which you are developing. So we have seen how to install WinZip, Acrobat Reader, and Visual Studio Code. That's it for this video. I will see you in the next video.